Hold on to your lobster rolls, folks, because things just got real in Maine. President Trump, never one to shy away from a fight, has picked a new target: transgender athletes. He's threatened to cut federal funding to the state because of its policy allowing transgender students to compete in sports according to their gender identity. Trump claims his executive order banning transgender women from women's sports is federal law. He's basically saying, my way or the highway. But Maine's Governor Janet Mills isn't backing down. She's called Trump's bluff, vowing to fight for her state and its inclusive policies. This whole thing started when a transgender girl was allowed to compete in girls' track in a Maine school district. Trump and his supporters cried foul, claiming it gives transgender athletes an unfair advantage. But Maine officials are standing their ground, arguing that their policy is in line with state and federal law, including the Maine Human Rights Act. This isn't just about sports, folks, it's about basic human rights. It's about whether transgender students will be treated with dignity and respect, or ostracized and discriminated against. And it's about whether a president can bully a state into submission. This incident happened on Friday, February 21st, 2025 at the White House. Governor Mills isn't mincing words. She's called President Trump's threat outrageous and unconstitutional, and she's promised to take him to court. "See you in court," she reportedly told him. Mic drop. Mills argues that Maine's policy is about fairness and inclusion. She says that transgender students should have the same opportunities as other students, including the chance to participate in sports. She's not alone in her stance. The Maine Principals Association, which sets guidelines for high school sports in the state, also supports allowing transgender athletes to compete according to their gender identity. But Mills isn't just talking tough, she's got the law on her side. Legal experts agree that President Trump can't just withhold federal funding because he doesn't like a state's policy. It's not how our government works. Conditions for federal grants are set by Congress, not the president. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a moral one. And Mills is fighting for what's right. She's standing up for transgender students and sending a clear message that discrimination won't be tolerated in Maine. The battle lines are drawn, and it's not just President Trump versus Maine. This fight reflects a deep division in our country over transgender rights. On one side, you have those who believe that transgender people deserve equal rights and protection under the law. On the other side, you have those who believe that transgender rights infringe on the rights of others, particularly in the realm of sports. President Trump's threat to cut funding has ignited a political firestorm. Republicans are divided, with some supporting President Trump's stance on transgender athletes but opposing his funding threat. Democrats, on the other hand, have largely condemned President Trump's actions, calling them discriminatory and unconstitutional. The legal battle is likely to be long and complex. President Trump's executive order is already facing legal challenges in other states, and the outcome of those cases could have implications for Maine's legal strategy. One thing is clear: this fight is far from over. This isn't just about Maine, it's about the future of transgender rights in America. Will we choose to be a country that embraces diversity and inclusion, or one that allows discrimination and prejudice to flourish? So what does this all mean? Well, for starters, it means that the fight for transgender rights is far from over. In fact, it's just heating up. President Trump's actions have brought the issue of transgender athletes to the forefront of the national conversation, and it's a conversation that's not going away anytime soon. This dispute in Maine is a defining moment for transgender rights. It's a test of our values as a nation. Will we choose to stand with transgender people and fight for their right to equality? Or will we allow fear and prejudice to dictate our actions? The outcome of this fight will have a lasting impact on the lives of transgender people across the country. It will determine whether they are treated as equal members of society or continue to face discrimination and marginalization. The eyes of the nation are on Maine. The fight is on, and it's up to us to decide what kind of country we want to be. Let's hope we choose kindness, compassion, and equality for all. Thank you for visiting the Today Hot Reels channel. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Pinterest.